today I'm going to be showing you a really cool method to figure out what the spectator's card is from a shuffled deck of cards. So we can start out by giving the deck a shuffle, totally impromptu. And basically, we just need the spectator to go through here and pull out any card that they wish. So let's say they go ahead and take a look at this card, and I will turn my head away so you know I'm not looking. Okay, so here's the card. And once you guys remember the card, I'll just put it right here on the top, and I'll actually have the spectator call out stop whenever they like. So they say stop over here, okay? I'm gonna go ahead, take the card, and actually push it all the way into the middle, so you guys can actually see it going all the way into the middle of the deck, just like this. And actually, if we wanted to shuffle the deck even more, that would be totally cool. So I'll take the deck and give it a couple shuffles just like this, just kind of give it a little pharaoh shuffle like this. And we can also cut the cards as well if you would like. If the spectator wants, we can go ahead and just give the cards a quick shuffle. So your card is completely lost somewhere here in the middle of the pack. But if I just go through here and look through the cards, I believe that your card was actually none other than the 10 of hearts. And hopefully that was the card. And yeah, that was the trick, guys. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, be sure to stick around for the tutorial. All right, guys, so here's the tutorial for the trick that you just saw. Well, it wasn't really a trick per se, but it was just sort of like a little demonstration of this principle that you guys can use and incorporate it into any card trick that you want. It's basically just a really cool way to locate the spectator's card in the middle of the deck when the cards are shuffled and cut, and the spectator can really see that they're being shuffled and cut. And it looks super fair, but no matter what you do, you can still find the spectator's card. So I'm gonna be showing you guys how you can do this, and it's actually pretty simple. So all you need is a normal deck of cards. It could be completely shuffled, and all you wanna do is you just wanna get a key card on the top of the deck. And how to do this is you can start shuffling the cards like this in an overhand shuffle style. And once you see a card that you like on the bottom of the deck, in this case, we'll use the Ace of Spades, what you're gonna do is take your thumb and you're going to just peel off that single card, and then you're just gonna start shuffling the rest of the deck on top of it like this. But leave that Ace of Spades on the top of the deck, and now you have a key card on the top of the deck. So once you know what the top card of the deck is, all you have to do is spread through the cards and have the spectator select any card. As long as it's not the top card, that's fine. But if they pick the top card, that's okay. You can just get another key card to the top of the deck. So if they pick a card from the middle though, that's perfect. Let's say they pick this card. You're gonna turn away, but they're gonna look at the card. What you're gonna do now is when you place the card back on the top, you're actually going to be pushing the top card over slightly and pulling it back to catch a pinky break right below the top card. Once you have this, you're gonna take the selection, place it on top of the deck. Now you have a break below 2 cards, and you're going to lift up both of these cards from the break, and you're gonna hold them in your hand like this as you ask the spectator to call out stop. And I actually like to grab the card from the front, so what I do is I sort of take both the cards with my fingers here, and I just move them forward together. Then I grab them on the rightmost corner here, and I just make sure not to split them apart. So I grab these 2 cards as I ask the spectator to call out stop. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to purposely go really far down into the deck. So I'm gonna be towards the bottom half of the deck, and that's where I want them to say stop. So I'm gonna tell them, so I'm gonna riffle my thumb down like this, and you can say stop whenever you like. See, at this point, I'm already halfway down in the deck, so there's no possible way that they could say stop towards the top half. The only reason that I'm gonna do this is because when I place both of these cards in the middle of the deck, when I shuffle them together later, you'll understand why it's in the lower half. So at this point though, you take both of the cards, you're gonna insert them in the middle of the deck. Your fingers are actually going to take the key card from the back and push it down. So it's going to go further into the deck, but your left thumb and index finger are going to conceal that card from being seen from the sides like this, because you don't want that to be seen. You just want it to look like you're just sort of adjusting the card. But you're secretly pushing down the key card, and once it's lower than the selection, you can use your index finger from the back to do the rest. So you take your index finger and you just push that card all the way into the deck. Once it's all the way in the deck, you can now raise your hand up and you show the spectator that their card is sticking out in the middle of the deck. And now you take that card and you really push it in and you let go, and you can drop the deck at this point, because now it really just looks like you've taken their card and lost it completely in the middle of the deck, but it's actually right next to your key card. Now, the only reason why I put it in the lower half of the deck is because at this point, what I'm gonna do is take half the cards and I'm going to do a Pharaoh shuffle with them like this. And this Pharaoh shuffle doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be somewhat good, because what you want to accomplish is you want to have at least, one card going in between the key card and the selection. So here, I've done pretty much a perfect Pharaoh shuffle, but the deck wasn't split exactly in half, so there's some extra cards on the top and the bottom, which is totally fine. That doesn't matter at all. The only goal here is to get one single card between the key card and the selection. So once you've done this, you can now shuffle the deck, or you can actually spread the cards out here and have the spectator push the cards together like this. And if they do this, then it sort of feels like they shuffled the deck themselves, even though you were in full control the whole time. And at this point, you can do one of two things. You can just either have the spectator cut the cards as many times as they want like this, or you can just overhand shuffle the cards, but just basically going to be cutting the cards. So you're not going to be shuffling multiple times. You're just going to be doing one single cut like this. And it looks like you're shuffling the cards if you just kind of speed it up like this, but in reality, you're just doing the same thing as cutting the cards. And that's pretty much it. So at this point, if you want to locate their card, you can cut the deck as many times as you want, but if you ever want to find their card, all you have to do is remember the key card, Ace of Spades, and I'm going to go through the deck here, look for it, and once I find the Ace of Spades, I know that their selection is going to be 2 cards to the left of my key card. So here's the Ace of Spades, and 1, 2 right here, the 10 of clubs. The reason why it's 2 cards over and not 1 is because of that Pharaoh shuffle that you did. It secretly puts that card in between the key card and the selection. And no, you don't have to do the Pharaoh shuffle in order to do this control. The only reason why I do the Pharaoh shuffle is so that you can have a shuffle at all in the first place. If you shuffle the cards, it just makes it seem a lot more fair, but it doesn't actually ruin the fact that you can't find their selection, because all you have to do is now find the second card over from the key card. So it's still very easy. And now once you find their card, what you can do is you can just like secretly control to the top any way you like. You could do a turnover pass like this, and then you could do, whatever you want, double lift, give them this card, say, what was your card? I think it was the 10 of clubs. Oh, you know what? That should be it now. Okay, there you go. And yeah, so you guys can be creative, obviously. You can use this in any trick that you want. This is just a cool little principle that I came up with, and I hope you guys get a lot of use out of it. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and see you guys next time. Bye.